When getting Feast Plus set up, a common thing that we hear is that styling isn't loading properly. Either the full width wrapper isn't loading or some of the fonts aren't loading properly. There's a couple different issues, but the first step is always to clear all your caches. There's a couple different things that you have to address here. So the first thing that we're going to recommend doing is heading over to the Feast plugin to make sure that WP Rocket's configured properly. You'll go to the setup section of the Feast plugin, and all the way down at the bottom there's a WP Rocket section that we check your settings for, and on this website it hasn't been configured how we recommend. So we're going to have a little button here. You go ahead and click that and it will configure everything for you. So once the page refreshes, that means everything has been configured properly. We'll head back to the front end of the website then. What we're going to want to do is purge this URL, clear used CSS of this URL, and clear and preload cache. So doing the three of those should do a full refresh of the cache. It's going to take your website a little bit of time to get all the stuff regenerated, typically a minute or two. If you're working with NerdPress or Big Scoots and you have their Cloudflare cache, there's going to be possibly additional steps that you have to take. I would recommend contacting them for additional assistance. And just a note, when you're dealing with NerdPress, under the setup page, you're not going to want to automatically configure that. I would recommend emailing NerdPress instead and having them make sure that your WP Rocket settings are properly configured. That's only if you're on NerdPress.